Okay, so Cantarella, or whatever her name is a new character that just came out on whatever ways. I'm not playing the game, so I really don't have the level of knowledge that I used to have when I had the game. So I apologize if my information is not going to be fully accurate. But from what I can deduct from the content creators that I do watch, um, a few things I've noticed. One, like, she's gonna be difficult to play without Chikona, which is insane. So she's gonna be heavily required Chikona, and from what I've heard as well, she's gonna be heavily requiring Arrow Rover, which is kind of insane. So this is all subject to change. Like for the Arrow Rover, there is a possibility that maybe a unit comes out in the future, maybe a 4-star, maybe a 5-star, that can take the role of Arrow Rover. So I can understand that not being too big of an issue. The big issue is that her weapon. Her weapon is insanely stronger than any other free-to-play version there is. And, well, there isn't really much free-to-play 4-star options, because if you play the game honestly, you know that all of the 4-star free-to-play weapons are ass. So we can now throw that in the bin. The only 4-5 real weapon we have apart from that is the 5-star standard banner weapon. And the difference between that and the original weapon is insane. It's an HP scaling weapon too, which means that it is the only sword weapon, I believe, that is of any good use that is an HP scaler, which really narrows your ability to get something else, your flexibility with how you build this team, and the fact that this weapon that you're gonna pull is gonna be only useful on her and her alone. But this is a live service game, so it's for now. There may be in the future somebody that comes that can actually use this weapon as well, so it is an issue for now. The thing that I want to talk about specifically is that Wooden Waves is becoming a lot like Genshin Impact, Honkai Star Rail. Honestly to God. Because, say for example, Skirk in Genshin Impact, and how many people from the Wuthering Waves side, and even Genshin Impact players, and rightfully so, criticize how, say, Maveika needs Seat Lolly, which is true, and how Skirk is gonna need Escafé, which is true. These things are true, and these things are predatory when it comes down to the consumer, absolutely. But I really am not hearing anything from anybody on the Waterways side saying that the fact that Shikona and Nice Cantarella is predatory, the fact that Cantarella's weapon is like so much better than anything else that you can need, you have to have a weapon, is predatory. I don't hear anything about that. I don't hear anything about the fact that Zani definitely needs Phoebe. Like the difference in damage between a team without Phoebe and with Phoebe is insane. I don't hear anybody saying that it's predatory. And I guess it's not really a problem for me because I'm not playing the game anymore, but it is a problem for the actual players of this game, and that's the issue. Like, the content creators alone can't be the one that will be able to fund this game moving forward, because definitely, I can tell you this, definitely, it costs a lot of money and time to put in the work that they're doing when it comes down to production, your graphics design people to hire, voice actors to hire, storyboard writers. There's a lot of money that comes into maintaining the server. There's a lot of money they have to spend. And if you're gonna scare away your core audience by doing these predatory practices, not doing things that are really good for the community, it's going to be bad. And I don't know. That's just my thought on this. It's just that I don't understand how it's so easy for these wooden ways content creators to call out hypocrisy, to call out the fact that we have not player friendly things going on in our However's game, but when it goes down in their game, there is no problem, nobody complain, nobody criticize. In fact, they look upon it as a good thing, which is quite insane to see. But at this point, I'm at a lack of information on what's really going on in Wither Ways right now, so I can't really say like with certainty of what exactly is going on. I don't want to be the one to be like hate watching Wither Ways and like saying like it's completely dog shit and it's completely bad from the outside looking in. But based on the little bit of information that I have, that I've seen on YouTube, it's clearly obvious that the weapon, the actual weapon that belongs to Cartethyia is insanely strong, and there's literally almost no option out there, or any other option out there is gonna feel significantly worse than the actual option, which is quite interesting to think about. But then again, we have the lack of 4 stars in the game. They're doing a lot of predatory things, and it's just getting covered up by these content creators. And anybody that actually enjoy the game and really is concerned about the game, they decide that they want to say that, you know, maybe these things are wrong, you'll be criticized, you'll be hated on, and they will try to make a fool of you and say, look at this poor guy. They will try to shame you in so much ways, which is insane to think about. But what the hell do I care? You can clear it with dodging anyway, so it's supposed to be good. But it's just funny to see the hypocrisy of the Wither Waves toxic community. I'm not saying Wither Waves community as general, because I've spoken to many Wither Waves players, and they're actually quite nice to talk to. They're very fun, and they're very receptive of like criticism that I made in the past, because I actually did play the game as well. So it's just a toxic side of the community that is like the worst thing to deal with, and it feels like majority of the toxic community on the Genshin side is what is currently playing Wither Ways right now, which is quite interesting. I'm not seeing the toxicity that I used to see in Genshin Impact community as I am now. There are people that really rile up a lot of Genshin Impact players, like for example Nicholas Light, when he went into Genshin Impact and started trying to play in it like Wither Ways, and then complained that he doesn't like it because it doesn't play like his favorite game, Wither Ways, which is quite insane to think about. But it's just the hypocrisy, man, is just insane to think about. Trust me.